Sourav Chandidas Ganguly, affectionately known as Dada, is a former Indian cricketer and captain of the Indian national team. Currently, he is the Joint Secretary of Cricket Association of Bengal and President of the Editorial Board with Wisden India. Born into an affluent Brahmin family, Ganguly was introduced into the world of cricket by his elder brother Snehasish. He is regarded as one of India's most successful captains in modern times. He started his career by playing in state and school teams. Currently, he is the fifth highest run scorer in one-day internationals and was the third person in history to cross the 10,000-run landmark, after Sachin Tendulkar and Inzamam. In 2002, the Wisden Cricketers Almanack ranked him the sixth greatest ODI batsman of all time, next to Viv Richards, Sachin Tendulkar, Lara, Jones and Michael Bevan. After playing in different Indian domestic tournaments, such as the Ranji and Duleep trophies, Ganguly got his big break while playing for India on their tour of England. He scored 131 runs and cemented his place in the Indian team. Ganguly's place in the team was assured after successful performances in series against Sri Lanka, Pakistan and Australia, winning the Man of the Match awards. In the 1999 Cricket World Cup, he was involved in a partnership of 318 runs with Rahul Dravid, which remains the highest overall partnership score in the World Cup tournament history. Due to the match-fixing scandals in 2000 by other players of the team, and for his poor health, Indian captain Sachin Tendulkar resigned his position, and Ganguly was made the captain of the Indian cricket team. He was soon the subject of media criticism after an unsuccessful stint for county side Durham and for taking off his shirt in the final of the 2002 NatWest series. He led India into the 2003 World Cup final, where they were defeated by Australia. Due to a decrease in individual performance, he was dropped from the team in the following year. Ganguly was awarded the Padma Shri in 2004, one of India's highest civilian awards. He returned to the national team in 2006, and made successful batting displays. Around this time, he became involved in a dispute with Indian team coach Greg Chappell over several misunderstandings. Ganguly was again dropped from the team, however he was selected to play in the 2007 Cricket World Cup. Ganguly joined the Kolkata Knight Riders team as captain for the Indian Premier League 2020 cricket tournament in 2008. The same year, after a home test series against Australia, he announced his retirement from international cricket. He continued to play for the Bengal team and was appointed the chairman of the Cricket Association of Bengal's Cricket Development Committee. The left-handed Ganguly was a prolific one-day international (ODI) batsman, with over 11,000 ODI runs to his credit. He is one of the most successful Indian Test captains to date, winning 21 out of 49 Test matches. Sourav Ganguly is the most successful Indian Test captain in overseas with 11 wins. Indian team was ranked at 8th position as per ICC rankings before he became the captain, and under his tenure the team rank went up to 2nd position. An aggressive captain, Ganguly is credited with having nurtured the careers of many young players who played under him, and transforming the Indian team into an aggressive fighting unit. Along with Harshavardhan Neosha, Sanjeev Goenka, Usav Parekh, and Spanish La Liga side Atletico Madrid, Ganguly is also a co-owner of Atla Copyrightico de Kolkata, a franchise of the Indian Super League. He was awarded with the Banga Bibhushan Award from the Government of West Bengal on May 20, 2013. Sourav is currently a part of the Supreme Court of India appointed Justice Mudgel Committee probe panel for the IPL spot fixing and betting scandals investigations. Biography, 1972 to 1989, Early life and introduction to cricket. Sourav Ganguly was born in a Bengali Hindu Brahmin family on July 8, 1972 in Calcutta, and is the youngest son of Chandidas and Nirupa Ganguly. Chandidas ran a flourishing print business and was one of the richest men in the city. Ganguly had a luxurious childhood and was nicknamed the Maharaja, meaning the Great King. Ganguly's father Chandidas Ganguly died at the age of 73 on February 21, 2013 after a long illness. Since the favourite sport for the people of Calcutta was the game of football, Ganguly was initially attracted to the game. However, Academics came in between his love for sports, and Nirupa was not very supportive of Ganguly taking up cricket or any other sport as a career. By then, his elder brother Snehasish was already an established cricketer for the Bengal cricket team. He supported Ganguly's dream to be a cricketer and asked their father to get Ganguly enrolled in a cricket coaching camp during his summer holidays. Ganguly was studying in 10th grade at that time. Despite being right-handed, Ganguly learned to bat left-handed so he could use his brother's sporting equipment. After he showed some promise as a batsman, he was enrolled in a cricket academy. An indoor multi-gym and concrete wicket was built at their home, so he and Snehasish could practice the game. They used to watch a number of old cricket match videos, especially the games played by David Gower, whom Ganguly admired. After he scored a century against the Orissa under a Euro-15 side, he was made captain of St Xavier's School's cricket team, where several of his teammates complained against what they perceived to be his arrogance. While touring with a junior team, Ganguly refused his turn as the 12th man, as he reportedly felt that the duties involved, which included organising equipment and drinks for the players, and delivering messages, were beneath his social status. Ganguly purportedly refused to do such tasks as he considered it beneath his social status to assist his teammates in such a way. However, his playmanship gave him a chance to make his first-class cricket debut for Bengal in 1989, the same year that his brother was dropped from the team. 1990 Euro 96, career beginning and debut success. Following a prolific Ranji season in 1990 Euro 91, Ganguly scored 3 runs in his one-day international (ODI) debut for India against the West Indies in 1992. He was dropped immediately since he was perceived to be arrogant, and his attitude towards the game was openly questioned. It was rumoured that Ganguly refused to carry drinks for his teammates, commenting that it was not his job to do so, later denied by him. Consequently, he was removed from the team. He toiled away in domestic cricket, scoring heavily in the 1993 Euro 94 and 1994 Euro 95 Ranji seasons. Following an innings of 171 in the 1995 Euro 96 Duleep Trophy, he was recalled to the national team for a tour of England in 1996, in the middle of intense media scrutiny. He played in a single ODI, but was omitted from the team for the first test. However, after teammate Navant Singh Sidhu left the touring, citing ill treatment by then-captain Mohammad Azharuddin, Ganguly made his test debut against England in the second test of a 3-match series at Lord's Cricket Ground alongside Rahul Dravid. England had won the first test of the 3-match series. However, Ganguly scored a century, becoming only the 3rd cricketer to achieve such a feat on debut at Lord's, after Harry Graham and John Hampshire. Andrew Strauss and Matt Pryor have since accomplished this feat, but Ganguly's 131 still remains the highest by any batsman on his debut at the ground. India was not required to bat in the second innings due to the match ending in a draw. In the next test match at Trent Bridge he made 136, thus becoming only the 3rd batsman to make a century in each of his first 2 innings. He shared a 255-run stand with Sachin Tendulkar, which became at the time the highest partnership for India against any country for any wicket outside India. The test again ended in a draw, handing England a 1-0 series victory. Ganguly scored 48 in the second innings. 1997 Euro 99, marriage, opening in ODIs and World Cup 99. Weeks after his successful tour of England, Ganguly eloped with childhood sweetheart Donia Roy. The bride and groom's family were sworn enemies at that point, and this news caused an uproar between them. However, both families reconciled and a formal wedding was held in February 1997. Same year, Ganguly scored his maiden ODI century by hitting 113, opposed to Sri Lanka's team total of 238. Later that year, he won 4 consecutive Man of the Match awards, in the Sahara Cup with Pakistan. The second of these was won after he took 5 wickets for 16 runs off 10 overs, his best bowling in an ODI. After a barren run in Test cricket, his form returned at the end of the year with 3 centuries in 4 Tests, all against Sri Lanka. 2 of these involved stands with Sachin Tendulkar of over 250. During the final of the Independence Cup at Dhaka in January 1998, India successfully chased down 315 off 48 overs, and Ganguly won the Man of the Match award. In March 1998 he was part of the Indian team that defeated Australia. In Kolkata, he took 3 wickets, having opened the bowling with his medium pace. Ganguly was part of the Indian team that competed in the 1999 Cricket World Cup in England. During the match against Sri Lanka at Taunton, India chose to bat. After Satyagopan Ramesh was bowled, Ganguly scored 183 from 158 balls, and hit 17 fours and 7 sixes. It became the second highest score in World Cup history and the highest by an Indian in the tournament. His partnership of 318 with Rahul Dravid is the highest overall score in a World Cup and is the second highest in all ODI cricket. In 1999 Euro 00, India lost Test series to both Australia and South Africa that involved a combined total of 5 tests. Ganguly struggled, scoring 224 runs at 22.40. However, his ODI form was impressive, with 5 centuries over the season taking him to the top of the PwC one-day ratings for batsmen. Around the same time, allegations came that Ganguly was romantically involved with South Indian actress Nagma, something he denied. 2000 Euro 05, ascension to captaincy and accolades. In 2000, after the match-fixing scandal by some of the players of the team, Ganguly was named the captain of the Indian cricket team. The decision was spurred due to Tendulkar stepping down from the position for his health, and Ganguly being the vice-captain at that time. He began well as a captain, leading India to a series win over South Africa in the 5-match one-day series and led the Indian team to the finals of the 2000 ICC Knockout Trophy. He scored 2 centuries, including one in the final. However, New Zealand still won by 4 wickets. The same year, Ganguly tried his hand at county cricket career in England but was not successful. In the Wisden Cricketer, reviewers Steve Pitted and John Stern called him as the imperious Indiana Euro dubbed Lord Snooty. They commented, "At the crease it was sometimes uncertain whether his partner was a batsman or a batman being dispatched to take his discarded sweater to the pavilion or carry his kit bag. But mutiny was afoot among the lower orders." In one match Ganguly, after reaching his 50, raised his bat to the home balcony, only to find it deserted. He did not inspire at Glamorgan or Northamptonshire either. At the latter in 2006 he averaged 4.80 from his 4 first-class appearances. His Lancashire teammate Andrew Flintoff thought him to be aloof and compared his attitude to that of Prince Charles. In Australia's 3-test and 5-match ODI tour of India in early 2001, Ganguly caused controversy by arriving late for the toss on 4 occasions, something that agitated opposing captain Steve Waugh. In the 4th ODI, he caused further controversy by failing to wear his playing attire to the toss, something considered unusual in cricket circles. However, India won the Test series 2 Euro 1, ending Australia's run of 16 consecutive Test match victories in the 2nd Test. The match saw India looking set for defeat after conceding a first innings lead of 274. Waugh chose to enforce the follow-on and VVS Laxman and Rahul Dravid batted for the entire 4th day's play to set Australia a target of 384 on a dusty, spinning wicket. The Australians were unable to survive and became only the 3rd team to lose a test after enforcing the follow-on. In November 2001, Ganguly's wife Donia gave birth to their daughter Sana Ganguly. During the final match of the 2002 NatWest series held in Lords after a stunning performance by teammates Yuvraj Singh and Mohammad Kaif, Ganguly took off his shirt in public and brandished it in the air to celebrate India's winning of the match. He was later strongly condemned for tarnishing the gentleman's game image of cricket and disrespecting Lord's protocol. Ganguly said that he was only mimicking an act performed by the British all-rounder Andrew Flintoff during a tour of India. In 2003, India reached the World Cup final for the first time since 1983, where they lost to the Australians. Ganguly had a successful tournament personally, scoring 465 runs at an average of 58.12, including 3 centuries. By 2004, he had achieved significant success as captain and was deemed as India's most successful cricket captain by sections of the media. However, his individual performance deteriorated during his captaincy reign, especially after the World Cup, the Tour of Australia in 2003 and the Pakistan series in 2004. In 2004, Australia won a Test series in India for the first time since 1969. It was speculated that Ganguly was in disagreement with the head of cricket in Nagpur over the type of pitch to be used for the third test. The groundsman went against Ganguly, leaving a large amount of grass on the pitch. Some experts indicated that the reason for this was for spite or revenge against the Indian captain. When Australia's stand-in captain, Adam Gilchrist, went to the toss, he noticed Rahul Dravid was waiting instead of Ganguly, leaving him to ask Dravid where Ganguly was. Dravid could not give a definitive answer, saying, "Oh, who knows?" Following indifferent form in 2004 and poor form in 2005, he was dropped from the team in October 2005. Having been nominated and rejected in 2000, when the game suffered a tarnished reputation due to match-fixing scandals, the captaincy was passed to Dravid, his former deputy. Ganguly decided against retiring and attempted to make a comeback to the team. Ganguly was awarded the Padma Shri in 2004, India's fourth highest civilian award, in recognition of his distinguished contribution in the field of sports. He was presented with the award on June 30, 2004, by then President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. 2006 07, Comeback and Rift with Greg Chappell. In September 2005, Greg Chappell became the coach for the India Tour of Zimbabwe. Ganguly's dispute with him resulted in many headlines. Chappell had emailed the Board of Control for Cricket in India, stating that Ganguly was physically and mentally unfit to lead India and that his divide-and-rule behaviour was damaging the team. This email was leaked to the media and resulted in huge backlash from Ganguly's fans. Ganguly had enlisted the support from the Indian media and eventually the board had to intervene and order a truce between the pair. BCCI President Ranbir Singh Mahendra issued a statement that, in view of the decision that cricket is to go forward, both the coach and the captain have been asked to work out a mutual and professional working relationship. For this, performance will be the criteria, applicable to captain, coach and players. Of course the captain controls the game, the coach does his own job. Mutual trust is important. Henceforth no player coach will write or have any interaction with the media. Going to the media will lead to disciplinary action. Ganguly, Chappell and the Indian team manager for the Zimbabwe tour, Amitabh Chaudhary, were asked to appear before the BCCI committee, where it was reported that assurance of working together was given by them. Consequently, due to his poor form and differences with the coach, Ganguly was dropped as the captain of the team, with Dravid taking his place. Chandresh Narayan, chief correspondent for the Times of India, commented that the row with Greg Chappell just added to the mystery, but he was going through a really bad patch then. His only score, of note, was 100 against Zimbabwe and that didn't count for much. 10 months later, during India's tour to South Africa, Ganguly was recalled after his middle-order replacements Suresh Raina and Mohammad Kaif suffered poor form. Following India's poor batting display in the 2006 ICC Champions Trophy and the ODI series in South Africa, in which they were whitewashed for a Euro 0, Ganguly made his comeback to the Test team. Wasim Jaffer, Zaia Khan and Anil Kumble had earlier been selected for the one-day squad, despite their recent poor performances. Many saw this as an indictment of coach Greg Chappell's youth-first policy. Coming in at 37/4, Ganguly scored 83 in a tour match against the rest of South Africa, modifying his original batting style and taking a middle stump guard, resulting in India winning the match. During his first Test innings since his comeback, against South Africa in Johannesburg, his score of 51 helped India to victory, marking the first Test match win for the team in South Africa. Though India lost the series, Ganguly accumulated the most runs on the scoring chart. After his successful Test comeback he was recalled for the ODI team, as India played host to West Indies and Sri Lanka in back-to-back ODI tournaments. In his first ODI innings in almost 2 years, he scored a match-winning 98. He performed well in both series, averaging almost 70 and won the Man of the Series award against Sri Lanka. Ganguly was allotted a place in the official team for the 2007 Cricket World Cup. He was the leading scorer for India in their first-round defeat against Bangladesh. After India were knocked out of the tournament in the group stage, there were reports of a rift between certain members of the Indian team and Chappell. Ganguly was alleged to have ignored instructions from the team management to score quickly. After Tendulkar issued a statement saying that what hurt the team most was that the coach has questioned our attitude, Chappell decided not to renew his contract with the Indian team and left his post as coach, citing family and personal reasons. On December 12, 2007, Ganguly scored his maiden double century of his career while playing against Pakistan. He scored 239 runs in the first innings of the third and final Test match of the series. He was involved in a 300-run partnership for the fifth wicket with Yuvraj Singh. Ganguly remained prolific in both Test and ODI cricket in the year 2007. He scored 1106 Test runs at an average of 61.44 in 2007 to become the second highest run scorer in Test matches of that year after Jacques Kallis. He was also the fifth highest run scorer in 2007 in ODIs, where he scored 1240 runs at an average of 44.28. 2008 Euro present, international retirement and the Indian Premier League. In February 2008, Ganguly joined as the captain of Kolkata Knight Riders team, owned by Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan, as part of the Indian Premier League. On April 18, 2008, Ganguly led the KKR in the IPL 2020 cricket match. They had a 140-run victory over Bangalore Royal Challengers captained by Rahul Dravid and owned by Vijay Mallya. Ganguly opened the innings with Brendan McCullum and scored 10 runs while McCullum remained unbeaten, scoring 158 runs and 73 balls. On May 1, in a game between the Knight Riders and the Rajasthan Royals, Ganguly made his second T20 half-century, scoring 51 runs off of 39 balls at a strike rate of 130.76. In his innings, Ganguly hit 4 fours and 2 sixes, topping the scorers list for the Knight Riders. On July 7, 2008, media reported that Ganguly was being projected as a candidate for the post of president of the Cricket Association of Bengal, CAB, against his former mentor Jagmohan Dalmia. Reports also suggested that he could run for the post of BCCIA president in 2014 as East Zone's representative. Ganguly himself did not deny the reports and did not rule out any such move. The same year in October, Ganguly announced that the Test series against Australia starting in October 2008 would be his last and stated, "To be honest, I didn't expect to be picked for this series. Before coming here, at the conference I spoke to my teammates and hopefully I will go out with a winning knock." Ganguly played in every game of the 4 Test series and amassed 324 runs at an average of 54.00. While playing the second Test match of the series in Rewari, Ganguly scored his final Test century. In the final Test match he played at Nagpur against Australia he scored 85 and 0 in his first and second innings respectively. In the fourth and final Test, with India needing 1 wicket to secure a victory, the Indian captain, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, invited Ganguly to lead the side in the field for the final time. India regained the Border Gavaskar Trophy, winning the series 2-0. In May 2009, Ganguly was removed from the captaincy of the KKR for the 2009 season of the IPL, and was replaced by McCullum. The decision was questioned by media and other players of the team, when KKR finished at the bottom of the ranking table with 3 wins and 10 losses. After that, television channel Zee Bangla appointed him as the host of the reality quiz show titled Dadigiri Unlimited. It presented participants from the 19 districts of West Bengal, who had to answer questions posed by Ganguly. By August, he was appointed the chairman of CAB's Cricket Development Committee. The job of the committee is to receive a report from the selectors at the end of every cricket season, assess the accountability of the selectors and make necessary recommendations. He played for the Ranji Cup and the Bengal team in October 2009. Ganguly scored 110 in the match against Delhi and was involved in a partnership of 222 runs with Ridgman Saha. In the third season of the IPL, Ganguly was once again given the captaincy of KKR, after the team ended at the bottom in the second season. The coach John Buchanan was replaced by Dave Watmore. In 40 matches and 38 innings for KKR, Ganguly scored 1,031 runs and took 8 wickets. In the fourth season of the IPL he was signed by the Pune Warriors India, after being ensold in initial bidding process, and he made 50 runs of 4 matches and 3 innings. In the 2012 season he has been appointed as the captain cum mentor for Pune Warriors India. On October 29, 2012, he announced that he has decided not to play in next year's IPL and to retire from the game. Playing style and influences. Ganguly commented that David Gower was the first cricketer to attract him to the game. He loved Gower's style and used to watch old videos of him playing. Other cricketers who had an influence on him are David Boone, Mohinder Amarnath, Kapil Dev and Alan Border. Ganguly is a left-handed batsman whose runs came primarily from the offside. Debashish Dutta, author of Sourav Ganguly, the Maharaja of Cricket, commented that throughout his career, Ganguly played offside shots such as the square cut, square drive and cover drive with complete command. Rahul Dravid has called Ganguly next to God on the offside. He used to hit powerful shots to the offside on front and back foot with equal ease. However, early in his career he was not comfortable with the hook and pull, often giving his wicket away with mistiming such shots. He was also criticised for having difficulty in handling short bouncers, notoriously exploited by the Australians and South Africans. However, after his comeback in 2007, he worked upon these weaknesses to a large extent. Amrita Daityari, author of Sourav Ganguly, The Fire Within, noted that in ODIs, where Ganguly usually opened the innings, he used to try to take the advantage of fielding restrictions by advancing down the pitch and hitting pace bowlers over extra cover and mid-off. She commented, Ganguly was notorious for attacking left-arm spin bowlers. Due to excellent eye-hand coordination, he was noted for picking the length of the ball early, coming down the pitch and hitting the ball aerially over mid-on or mid-wicket, often for a 6. However, he did have a weakness in running between the wickets and judging quick singles. There were many instances where Ganguly's batting partner was run out due to Ganguly's calling for a run, and then sending him back while halfway down the pitch. A situation like this happened in an ODI against Australia where he took a single win on 99, but he coasted and did not ground his bat. Although the bat was past the crease, it was in the air and he was consequently run out. Ganguly said, I love to watch myself hit a cover drive, to watch myself hit 100. Ganguly's relationship with former Indian coach John Wright has been well documented in contemporary media, with them denoting the relationship as a symbiotic process. They credited Wright and Ganguly with bringing out international class performers, through academic, coaching and scientific fitness regimens. According to Dubey, Ganguly and Wright, along with other members of the team like Tendulkar and Dravid, were the first to understand the importance of a foreign coach for the Indian cricket team and was convinced that the domestic coach has outlived its utility. Ganguly's aggressive style and Wright's importance on fitness ushered in the development of a better cricket team for India. Ganguly is a right-arm medium-pace bowler. He can swing and seam the ball both ways and often chips in with useful wickets to break partnerships. Vinod Tiwari, author of the biography Sourav Ganguly, praised him saying, despite not being very athletic as a fielder, Ganguly has taken 100 catches in one-day internationals. That's something to be proud of. However, he criticised Ganguly's ground fielding, especially his slowness in intercepting the ball to prevent runs and his tendency to get injured during catching the ball. Legacy. Author Pradeep Mandhani commented that in his tenure between 2000 and 2005, Ganguly became India's most successful Test captain. He led his team to victory on 21 occasions, a 7 times more than Mohammad Azharuddin with the second most wins, a and led them for a record 49 matches, a twice more than both Azharuddin and Sunil Gavaskar. Compared to his batting average of 45.47 when not captain, Ganguly's test batting average as captain was a lower 37.66. Statistics about Ganguly show that he was the 7th Indian cricketer to have played 100 test matches, the 4th highest overall run scorer for India in tests, and the 4th Indian to have played in more than 300 ODIs. In terms of overall runs scored in ODIs, Ganguly is the second among Indians after Sachin Tendulkar and the 5th overall. He has scored 16 centuries in test matches and 22 in ODIs. He is also one of only 8 batsmen to score more than 10,000 runs in ODIs. Along with Tendulkar, Ganguly has formed the most successful opening pair in one-day cricket, having amassed the highest number of century partnerships, 26, for the first wicket. Together, they have scored more than 7,000 runs at an average of 48.98, and hold the world record for creating most number of 50-run partnership in the first wicket. Ganguly became the 4th player to cross 11,000 ODI runs, and was the fastest player to do so in ODI cricket, after Tendulkar. As of 2006, he is the only Indian captain to win a test series in Pakistan. He is also one of the 3 players in the world to achieve amazing treble of 10,000 runs, 100 wickets and 100 catches in ODI cricket history, the others being Tendulkar and Sanith Jayasuriya. Author Mihir Bose, in his book, The Magic of Indian Cricket, Cricket and Society in India, commented that the cricket world had gotten too used to the stereotype of the meek Indian cricketer. All that has changed under Ganguly, perhaps for the better. He credits Ganguly for not being shy of taking on responsibility. He showed that he can be a leader of a team, which has greats like Sachin and Dravid in the side, without any problems. Under Ganguly's leadership, India started winning matches and tournaments, previously lacking from the team considerably. Within a few years of his captaincy, Ganguly rewrote the rules of being a captain of a cricket team. Unlike some of his predecessors, Ganguly was considered impartial, non-parochial, and forever pushed his players to perform better. Off the field, his interactions with the media, his fans, and detractors were uncompromisingly honest and earned him the respect of cricket followers everywhere. However, along with this respect came the criticisms. Ganguly was condemned as a hot-tempered man who refused to listen to others' opinions and abided by his own rules and regulations. Matthew Engel, ICC sport critic, noted that this turning deaf to others' opinions would one day harm Ganguly and that it was sheer luck that he existed on the sporting world. Ganguly believed that his legacy as a captain was that he was able to build a proper Indian team. He added, "We were able to change the face of Indian cricket. That's what I'm proud of, because I think we made a huge difference. People used to think that we would simply roll over when playing out of India, but we changed the image. The team wouldn't take any crap from any opposition absolutely, and that came from self-belief that we had the ability to do well outside India." Bose commented that Ganguly's greatest legacy lay in his influence on the younger and budding generation of cricketers. Ganguly felt that every young player should play 2 years of domestic cricket before being selected for international assignments. He also said that every newcomer should be given at least 5 games to prove himself. Later he explained that being at the receiving end of an unfair decision against him, that threatened to ruin his international cricket career, it enabled him to understand the insecurities of other newcomers in the team better than his predecessors. Ganguly had always backed the influence and contribution of younger players of the team. Despite his contributions, his captaincy and coaching methods came under immense scrutiny from the press as well as other scholars. Engel commented that he seems like aloof to the problems that his mal-decisions are creating. "I don't particularly believe that Ganguly has an effing knowledge how to lead his team and tries to counterpose it with instigating limitless, confrontational behaviors within the younger members of it. One day the time will come when such shock tactics will cease to work." An article on Cricinfo magazine pointed out his reckless behavior. The reporter Rahul Bhattacharya said, Generally Ganguly fostered angry or reckless young men. To him good behavior, a broad term espoused by the present team management, belonged in school and probably not even there. He himself had been summoned to the match referee no less than 12 times in the last decade. His approach was bound to precipitate what could possibly be termed a cultural conflict in the world of modern sport. For Ganguly, like for Arjuna Ranachunga, competitiveness involved brinksmanship rather than training. As far as they were concerned, Australia were not to be aspired to. They were simply to be toppled. England were not to be appeased. Victory lay precisely in their disapproval. In other words, Ganguly and Ranachunga wanted to do things their way. Captaincy record, see also, List of international cricket centuries by Sourav Ganguly, no Dada no KKR, notes. References. External links, player profile, Sourav Ganguly from Info, Sourav Ganguly on Twitter, cumulative career averages, fastest to reach multiples, Sourav Ganguly news articles, batting series averages.